Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a review on using Kirinite. It looks really good when it's all polished up. There are some things you have to be careful of when you're working with it. I'm going to go over that today in this video. Alright, so I've got this knife just about ready for a handle. I am going to, after I'm done shaping the Kirinite, before I epoxy it, I will be etching a flag and a name on here, as well as my logo. But first what I'm going to do, I want to get the handles all ready to be attached, and I can etch it and then attach the handle. So I'm going to start by drilling holes in these, and then getting it shaped. So these two pieces of Kirinite scales, they cost just under $10. The cool thing with Kirinite is there's lots of different styles and designs that you can choose from. They're really light, so you do want to be careful. You don't want to put too much pressure on them. Alright, so now I've got it where I want. I'm going to put this clamp on. I'm not going to go real tight, so I don't want to crack the scales, which I have done before, and then you got to wait for some more to get here. Now I go really slow when I'm drilling through the Kirinite. I don't want to heat it up too much. You could possibly crack it, so I'm just going to go at a really slow speed and take my time to get the holes in. With Kirinite, you have to be careful not to push too hard. I've cracked some scales before, also heated them up too much, so I'm just going to be going slow. Something else that helps is if you have a new belt, you're not going to create as much heat on the handle. So I like to start with a brand new belt. And Kirinite, just like any Woods or micarta or G10, you want to make sure you wear a respirator. You don't want to be breathing this stuff in. Alright, now I got my logo and my custom engraving done on here. Now I'm going to go ahead and dimple the scales. I like to dimple these because it's not as absorbent as wood. It's kind of slick, so I've never had any problems, but I'm going to dimple them just to make sure that they stick as best they can. So I'm going to mark what side I'm going to be dimpling. I want to make sure you have the right side. It sucks to dimple the wrong side, then you got to start all over. So when you're dimpling these, you don't have to go very far. You just need to make a little impression into the scale, just so the epoxy has something to hold on to. Alright, so I'm putting these clamps on. I don't go too tight. I have cracked one Kirinite scale, so I thought I could go a little bit tighter. But they don't have to be on super tight. So now the epoxy's all set, and it's time to get this handle shaped. The only thing I've ever had issues with on Kirinite is going too fast. And also the Kirinite, it'll heat up pretty quick. I like to start with a new belt. If you have one that's old, it'll heat the material up a lot more. And it was a winter time, and I was using Kirinite, and it was really cold, and it heated up too much, and I actually had a piece shoot off the handle. As long as you go slow, check the temperature, you should be good. I also do a lot of the shaping before I epoxy because I don't want to heat up the epoxy too much. Once I'm going to start shaping, I'm just going to go really slow. The one thing you want to watch out for on the pins, when I grind these down, they're sticking up a little bit. So when I grind them down, if they get too hot, it's going to heat up the Kirinite. So I'll just go really slow with those. Right, I've done all the shaping I want to do on the grinder. So now I'm going to be hand sanding the rest of it. This material is real easy to hand sand. You don't have to spend a lot of time on each of the grits. I'm going to start on 100 grit and work my way up to 2000. So I really like using Kirinite. It's real easy to use. It doesn't cost a lot. There's lots of varieties. The things to watch out for is when you're grinding, you want to make sure you don't heat it up too much and create burn marks. You can also, if you clamp it too hard, you can break it. Other than that, I really like using it. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to see more of my videos, and I'll see you guys next time.